Jeff Bezos understood that scaling Amazon required hiring the best talent and maintaining high performance standards across the organization. He famously implemented a rigorous hiring process, ensuring that every new employee met Amazon's exceptionally high bar for innovation, problem solving, and customer obsession. Bezos believed that a company is only as strong as its people, and he was relentless in creating a workforce that aligned with Amazon's ambitious goals. One of the key aspects of Amazon's hiring process was the concept of raising the bar. Bezos implemented a system where every hiring decision had to improve the overall talent level of the company. Interviewers were tasked not just with assessing whether a candidate was good enough for a role, but also with determining if they were better than at least half of the employees currently in that role. This approach ensured that Amazon's talent pool continuously improved, making the company stronger with each hire. Amazon also developed the role of bar raisers, a group of employees trained specifically to evaluate potential hires. Bar raisers were not from the hiring manager's team, which allowed them to remain objective and ensure that every hiring decision aligned with Amazon's long-term vision. Their goal was to uphold Amazon's high standards and prevent compromises in hiring, even when teams were under pressure to fill positions quickly. This disciplined approach to recruitment helped Amazon build a workforce that was capable of executing Bezos' ambitious plans. Bezos was also a strong advocate for long-term thinking in hiring. He didn't just want employees who could do the job today. He wanted people who could grow with the company and contribute to Amazon's future success. This meant looking for candidates who were adaptable, curious, and willing to embrace Amazon's culture of continuous improvement. Employees were encouraged to challenge existing ideas, push boundaries, and never settle for mediocrity. This mindset became a core part of Amazon's identity, fostering an environment of relentless innovation. Beyond hiring, Bezos focused on building a performance-driven culture where employees were expected to operate at the highest level. Amazon's leadership principles set clear expectations, emphasizing ownership, customer obsession, and a bias for action. Employees were encouraged to take full responsibility for their work, solve problems proactively, and move quickly to implement solutions. The culture at Amazon was intense, but it also attracted high achievers who thrived in a fast-paced, results-oriented environment. To maintain accountability, Bezos introduced data-driven performance tracking. Amazon constantly measured employee output, efficiency, and customer impact. Employees were expected to back up their ideas and decisions with data, ensuring that the company remained focused on measurable results rather than assumptions. This analytical approach allowed Amazon to identify high performers, recognize successful strategies, and scale best practices across the organization. Amazon's internal promotion structure also reinforced high standards. Advancement was based on merit, with employees expected to demonstrate exceptional leadership, problem solving, and execution. Bezos ensured that promotions were not given out lightly. Only those who consistently delivered results and embodied Amazon's core values were moved up the ranks. This performance-based approach motivated employees to push themselves, continuously learn, and contribute to Amazon's success. Bezos also believed in hiring people who were willing to embrace Amazon's day one mentality, a mindset that focused on agility, innovation, and avoiding complacency. He often spoke about the dangers of becoming a day two company, where bureaucracy, slow decision-making, and a focus on process over results took hold. By maintaining a culture that valued speed and adaptability, Amazon ensured that employees remained focused on long-term growth rather than short-term comfort. Amazon's leadership principles reinforced the idea that employees should challenge one another, debate ideas rigorously, and always seek better ways of doing things. Bezos encouraged a culture of constructive disagreement where the best ideas, not the most senior voices, won out. This approach allowed Amazon to stay ahead of the competition by ensuring that decisions were made based on data, logic, and customer impact, rather than hierarchy. Bezos also believed in frugality as a core Amazon value. Unlike many large corporations that indulged in lavish perks, Amazon maintained a lean operating model, even at the executive level. Bezos reasoned that by keeping expenses low and focusing on efficiency, Amazon could reinvest resources into customer innovation and long-term growth. Employees were encouraged to be resourceful, solve problems with limited resources, and prioritize impact over luxury. This mentality became deeply embedded in Amazon's culture, shaping the way teams operated. To sustain a high-performance culture, Bezos also placed a strong emphasis on continuous learning and self-improvement. Amazon employees were expected to take ownership of their own growth, actively seeking out new knowledge, improving their skills, and staying ahead of industry trends. Bezos understood that in a rapidly evolving digital landscape, companies that failed to keep learning would fall behind. He fostered an environment where employees were encouraged to take risks, experiment with new ideas, and learn from both successes and failures. Another critical element of Amazon's hiring and performance strategy was ensuring that employees aligned with the company's long-term vision. Bezos wanted people who believed in Amazon's mission of customer obsession, operational excellence, and innovation. Those who joined the company simply for a paycheck or prestige often struggled in Amazon's demanding culture. Employees who truly embraced Amazon's values, however, thrived and contributed to the company's groundbreaking success. Through this relentless focus on hiring the best talent and maintaining high performance standards, Bezos built Amazon into a powerhouse of innovation and execution. His approach ensured that Amazon remained agile, customer-centric, and driven by a culture of excellence, setting the company apart from its competitors. Jeff Bezos built Amazon into one of the most powerful companies in the world by embracing customer obsession. Unlike many businesses that focus on beating their competitors, Bezos always prioritized delivering exceptional value to customers. He understood that if Amazon could consistently meet and exceed customer expectations, the company would naturally outperform its rivals. This mindset became the foundation of Amazon's success, guiding every decision from product selection to logistics and customer service. One of the ways Bezos implemented customer obsession was by constantly improving convenience. He knew that customers valued not just low prices, but also speed and reliability. This led to the creation of Amazon Prime, a subscription service that offered free 2-day shipping. At the time, this move seemed financially risky, but Bezos understood that removing friction from the shopping experience would increase customer loyalty and drive more sales in the long run. Prime became a massive success, transforming how people shop online and setting new standards for e-commerce convenience. Amazon's investment in logistics was another key aspect of its customer-focused strategy. Instead of relying solely on third-party delivery services, Amazon built its own network of warehouses, distribution centers, and delivery fleets. This gave the company greater control over shipping times and allowed it to offer services like same-day and one-day delivery. The commitment to making deliveries faster and more reliable was all about enhancing the customer experience, ensuring that people receive their orders quickly and with minimal hassle. Customer obsession also played a role in Amazon's approach to innovation. Bezos encouraged his teams to invent products and services that would make life easier for customers, even if they seemed risky at first. The Kindle revolutionized the way people read books by making digital reading accessible and convenient. Alexa and Echo devices brought voice-controlled technology into millions of homes, allowing customers to perform tasks hands-free. Amazon Go stores eliminated the need for checkout lines, creating a seamless shopping experience. Each of these innovations stemmed from the company's relentless focus on improving customers' lives. Another way Bezos reinforced customer obsession was through Amazon's return policy. While many retailers made returns difficult to reduce losses, Amazon made the process simple and hassle-free. Bezos believed that a generous return policy would increase customer trust, encouraging more people to shop with confidence. This approach helped Amazon build a reputation for reliability, strengthening its relationship with customers and leading to greater brand loyalty. Customer reviews became another crucial element of Amazon's strategy. Instead of hiding negative feedback or curating reviews to boost sales, Amazon embraced transparency, allowing customers to share their honest opinions about products. Bezos understood that by providing real customer feedback, Amazon could help shoppers make informed decisions, ultimately increasing trust in the platform. The review system became an essential part of the Amazon shopping experience, influencing purchasing behavior and setting the standard for other e-commerce sites. Pricing strategy was also driven by customer obsession. Bezos wanted Amazon to be the most customer-friendly retailer, which meant offering competitive prices on a vast selection of products. The company continuously invested in technology and efficiency to reduce costs and pass those savings on to customers. Dynamic pricing, which adjusts prices based on demand and competition, by prioritizing customer savings over short-term profits, Amazon built a loyal customer base that returned again and again. Amazon's customer service philosophy extended beyond transactions. Bezos made it clear that every employee, from executives to warehouse workers, should prioritize customer satisfaction. He famously kept an empty chair in meetings to represent the customer, reminding his teams that every decision should be made with the customer's best interest in mind. This symbolic gesture reinforced the company's commitment to customer-first thinking, ensuring that customer needs remained at the center of Amazon's strategy. Listening to customer feedback was another essential aspect of Amazon's customer obsession. The company actively analyzed customer behavior, reviews, and inquiries to identify pain points and areas for improvement. This data-driven approach allowed Amazon to continuously refine its services, address problems quickly, and develop new solutions that better served its users. Even Amazon's expansion into new industries was guided by customer needs. AWS, which became one of Amazon's most profitable divisions, was created because customers needed reliable cloud computing solutions. Every major business decision was aligned with the company's mission to serve customers better. Bezos' philosophy of customer obsession extended to Amazon's leadership principles. He encouraged employees to think long-term, take ownership of customer problems, and constantly raise the bar for service quality. This culture of customer-first thinking became ingrained in Amazon's DNA, ensuring that the company remained focused on delivering value. While many companies talk about putting customers first, Amazon built an entire business model around it. The relentless focus on customer satisfaction created an ecosystem where customers kept returning, spending more, and trusting Amazon as their go-to shopping destination. Bezos proved that when businesses prioritize customers above everything else, success follows naturally. Jeff Bezos built Amazon into a billion-dollar empire by fostering a culture of long-term thinking. From the beginning, he understood that real success does not come from chasing quick wins, but from making strategic decisions that would pay off in the future. His approach was rooted in patience, persistence, and a willingness to invest in growth, even if it meant sacrificing short-term profitability. This mindset allowed Amazon to dominate the e-commerce industry and expand into other sectors like cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and entertainment. One of the most defining aspects of Bezos' long-term thinking was his willingness to operate at a loss for years. Most companies aim for immediate profitability, but Amazon was different. From the outset, Bezos reinvested revenue back into the company, focusing on expanding its infrastructure, technology, and customer experience. Instead of distributing profits to shareholders in the early years, Amazon used its earnings to build fulfillment centers, develop its logistics network, and improve its website. This reinvestment strategy made Amazon an unstoppable force in the retail industry. A perfect example of this long-term mindset was the launch of Amazon Prime. At first, offering unlimited free 2-day shipping for a fixed annual fee seemed like a financially risky move. Many critics questioned whether it was sustainable, arguing that Amazon would lose money on shipping costs, but Bezos saw the bigger picture. He knew that by eliminating shipping fees and improving delivery speed, more customers would be willing to shop on Amazon, leading to increased revenue over time. Prime became a game changer, increasing customer loyalty and boosting overall sales. Today, it is one of Amazon's most valuable assets, with millions of subscribers worldwide. Another instance of Bezos' long-term thinking was his bet on Amazon Web Services, AWS. In the early 2000s, Amazon was primarily known as an online bookstore, and very few people saw the potential of cloud computing. But Bezos recognized that businesses would need scalable computing power in the future. Instead of just focusing on e-commerce, Amazon invested heavily in AWS, building an extensive cloud infrastructure that would allow companies to store and process data efficiently. The initial investment was enormous, and it took years before AWS became profitable. However, that patience paid off. Today, AWS is one of Amazon's most profitable divisions and a leader in the cloud computing industry. Bezos also applied long-term thinking to Amazon's innovation strategy. Many companies focus on short-term market trends, but Amazon prioritizes disruptive technologies with long-term potential. The Kindle was a prime example. When Bezos saw the potential of digital books, he knew that the publishing industry would resist the shift. Despite this, Amazon invested heavily in Kindle's development, eventually revolutionizing the way people read books. Similarly, the introduction of Alexa and Echo devices demonstrated Amazon's commitment to staying ahead of emerging trends even before the market fully embraced voice-controlled technology. The company's logistics network is another testament to its long-term vision. Instead of relying on third-party delivery services, Amazon gradually built its own fulfillment and delivery system. Investing in warehouses, delivery trucks, and even drones required significant upfront capital, but it allowed Amazon to have greater control over its supply chain. Today, this infrastructure enables Amazon to offer faster delivery times and reduces reliance on external logistics providers. Jeff Bezos also instilled a long-term mindset within Amazon's corporate culture. He encouraged employees to think years ahead and to work on projects that might not yield immediate results. One of his famous quotes is, "We are willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time." This philosophy allowed Amazon to take risks, experiment with new ideas, and continuously innovate without being deterred by short-term criticism or failures. Even Amazon's approach to hiring reflected this principle. Bezos was known for looking beyond just technical skills when recruiting talent. He wanted employees who shared the company's long-term vision, people who were willing to take risks and embrace innovation. This ensured that Amazon's workforce was aligned with its mission, creating a culture that supported long-term growth. The stock market often pressures companies to deliver quarterly profits, but Bezos never let this dictate Amazon's strategy. He repeatedly told investors that Amazon's goal was to maximize value over decades, rather than focus on immediate gains. This transparency helped attract long-term investors who believed in Amazon's vision and were willing to support its journey toward becoming a global powerhouse. By prioritizing long-term success over short-term profits, Amazon was able to disrupt multiple industries and become one of the most valuable companies in the world. Jeff Bezos demonstrated that the best way to build something truly great is by thinking far beyond the present, investing in the future, and having the patience to see it through. Jeff Bezos built Amazon into a dominant force by making customer obsession the company's core principle. From the beginning, he understood that the only way to build a successful business was by putting the customer first, not just in words, but in action. Every major decision at Amazon, whether it was introducing new services, refining the user experience, or expanding into different industries, was driven by the question, how does this benefit the customer? This relentless focus on delivering the best possible experience is one of the primary reasons for Amazon's massive success. One of the first ways Bezos demonstrated this commitment was through Amazon's low prices. While many businesses aim to maximize profit margins, Amazon prioritized affordability for its customers. The company continuously worked on cost-cutting measures to pass savings along to consumers. This was evident in its aggressive pricing strategy, often undercutting competitors to offer the best deals. Bezos knew that customers value affordability, and he was willing to sacrifice short-term profits to build long-term customer loyalty. Speed and convenience became another key pillar of Amazon's customer-centric strategy. Early on, Bezos recognized that customers don't just want low prices, they also want fast and reliable service. This realization led to the development of Amazon Prime, a subscription service that offered free 2-day shipping. At the time, shipping costs were a major concern for online shoppers, often deterring them from making purchases. By eliminating this pain point, Amazon not only increased sales, but also built a highly engaged customer base. Today, Prime has expanded to include benefits like streaming services, grocery delivery, and exclusive deals, further cementing Amazon's role in customers' daily lives. Bezos also understood the importance of customer feedback. Unlike many companies that focus primarily on their own vision, Amazon actively listens to its customers and makes improvements based on their needs. The company's review system allows customers to share honest opinions, helping others make informed purchasing decisions. Instead of fearing negative feedback, Bezos embraced it as a tool for improvement. He once said, "We see our customers as invited guests to a party, and we are the hosts. It's our job every day to make every important aspect of the customer experience a little bit better." This philosophy led to continuous innovation as Amazon regularly refined its website, logistics, and overall service. Another example of Bezos' customer obsession is Amazon's focus on personalization. Amazon's recommendation engine, powered by artificial intelligence, analyzes customer behavior to suggest relevant products. This feature not only enhances the shopping experience, but also increases sales by presenting customers with items they are likely to buy. The system continuously improves, learning from user interactions to provide even better recommendations over time. Bezos also disrupted industries by prioritizing customer needs over traditional business models. When Amazon introduced the Kindle, the publishing industry was resistant to the shift toward digital books. However, Bezos saw that customers wanted a more convenient way to read and purchase books instantly. The Kindle revolutionized the market, making it easier than ever to access a vast library of books from anywhere. Customer service was another area where Bezos made significant investments. He understood that in order to build trust and loyalty, Amazon needed to provide exceptional support. Whether it was easy returns, 24/7 customer service, or fast issue resolution, Amazon's goal was to make shopping as effortless as possible. Unlike many companies that view customer service as a cost center, Bezos saw it as an investment in long-term success. Even Amazon's expansion into areas like cloud computing and voice assistants was rooted in customer-centric thinking. AWS was created because Amazon realized businesses needed better cloud infrastructure. Alexa was developed because customers wanted a more intuitive way to interact with technology. These innovations were not just about business growth, they were about solving real customer problems. The essence of Bezos' approach is that by obsessing over customers, businesses can create lasting relationships and long-term profitability. He proved that putting the customer first isn't just a slogan, it's a strategy that drives every decision and leads to sustained success. Jeff Bezos built Amazon into a trillion-dollar empire by embracing long-term thinking. Unlike many companies that focus on short-term profits, Bezos always prioritized the bigger picture. From the very beginning, he made decisions based on where the company would be years down the line, not just in the next quarter. This mindset allowed Amazon to take risks, invest heavily in innovation, and outlast competitors who were too focused on immediate results. One of the earliest examples of Bezos' long-term vision was his approach to profitability. While most businesses aim to generate profits as soon as possible, Bezos intentionally reinvested Amazon's earnings back into the company. He understood that rapid growth required capital, and instead of cashing in early, he focused on expansion. Many investors questioned his strategy, especially since Amazon operated at a loss for years. However, Bezos knew that sacrificing short-term gains would lead to massive success in the future. His patience paid off, as Amazon eventually became one of the most valuable companies in the world. A key aspect of Bezos' long-term thinking was his willingness to make bold bets. Amazon Web Services, AWS, is a perfect example. When Amazon first started, it was purely an online bookstore. Over time, Bezos saw an opportunity to provide cloud computing services to businesses. At the time, many people didn't understand the potential of cloud computing, but Bezos wasn't concerned with what was popular at the moment. He focused on what would be essential in the future. Today, AWS generates billions of dollars in revenue and is a dominant force in the tech industry. Another example is Amazon Prime. When Bezos introduced the idea of a subscription service that offered free 2-day shipping, many questioned whether it was financially sustainable. Shipping costs were high, and offering fast delivery for a fixed annual fee seemed like a risky move. However, Bezos saw the long-term value. He knew that once customers subscribed to Prime, they would become more loyal to Amazon, increasing their spending over time. The strategy worked, and today Prime is a massive success with millions of members worldwide. Bezos also applied long-term thinking to Amazon's infrastructure. While competitors focused on immediate cost-cutting, Amazon invested heavily in fulfillment centers, warehouses, and logistics. This allowed the company to control its own supply chain, ensuring faster and more efficient deliveries. The investment wasn't cheap, and many critics argued that it was unnecessary at the time. However, as online shopping grew, Amazon's infrastructure became a major advantage, allowing it to dominate e-commerce. The Kindle is another prime example of Bezos' forward-thinking approach. When Amazon was thriving as an online bookstore, many would have been satisfied with that success, but Bezos recognized that the future of reading was digital. Instead of waiting for another company to create an e-reader, Amazon developed its own device. The Kindle disrupted the publishing industry and helped Amazon establish itself as a leader in digital books. One of the most powerful aspects of Bezos' long-term mindset is his tolerance for failure. He believes that big bets sometimes lead to mistakes, but those mistakes are necessary for innovation. Many Amazon projects have failed, including the Fire Phone, but Bezos never let failure stop him from experimenting. He once said, "If you're not failing, you're not innovating enough." This mentality allowed Amazon to push boundaries and explore new ideas without fear. Long-term thinking also shaped Amazon's approach to hiring and company culture. Bezos wanted Amazon to be a place where employees were encouraged to innovate and take risks. He emphasized the importance of customer obsession, data-driven decision-making, and a willingness to challenge conventional wisdom. By focusing on building a strong internal culture, Bezos ensured that Amazon would continue to thrive for decades to come. Every major success at Amazon can be traced back to long-term thinking. While other companies struggled with short-term pressures, Amazon stayed focused on the bigger picture. This mindset allowed the company to grow from a small online bookstore into a global powerhouse that dominates multiple industries. Jeff Bezos proved that success isn't about quick wins. It's about playing the long game, making bold investments, and having the patience to see them through. Jeff Bezos built his success on an obsession with customers. While most companies focus on their competitors, Bezos always prioritized customer satisfaction above everything else. This mindset allowed Amazon to dominate the market as the company continuously innovated and improved based on what customers wanted. Bezos didn't just want to sell products. He wanted to create the best possible shopping experience. From the beginning, he recognized that customers would return to a company that prioritized their needs. This philosophy shaped every major decision Amazon made, from offering low prices to developing faster shipping methods. Amazon's famous customer-first approach is evident in how the company operates. Rather than focusing on maximizing profits immediately, Amazon prioritized building customer loyalty. This meant offering better services, faster delivery, and lower prices, even if it meant sacrificing short-term revenue. Bezos believed that if Amazon became the most customer-friendly company in the world, the money would follow. His theory proved correct. People kept coming back to Amazon because it was the easiest, most reliable, and most convenient place to shop. One example of Amazon's customer obsession is its relentless focus on convenience. Bezos knew that if customers had to jump through hoops to buy something, they would go elsewhere. This led to innovations like one-click purchasing, which made the buying process seamless. It also drove Amazon's investment in Prime, a subscription service that guaranteed fast, free shipping. Many questioned the profitability of Prime when it first launched. The idea of offering unlimited free shipping for a flat fee seemed risky, but Bezos understood the long-term impact. Once customers joined Prime, they became loyal to Amazon, increasing their spending over time. Today, Prime members spend significantly more than non-members, proving that focusing on customer satisfaction leads to massive business success. Another key example is Amazon's return policy. Unlike many businesses that make returns difficult to discourage refunds, Amazon made the process as easy as possible. Bezos knew that a hassle-free return policy would build trust with customers, making them more likely to buy. Even if Amazon lost money on some returns, the long-term loyalty gained was far more valuable. Bezos also understood that customer service wasn't just about responding to problems. It was about anticipating needs before they became issues. This is why Amazon invested so heavily in artificial intelligence and machine learning. By analyzing customer behavior, Amazon could recommend products, improve search results, and streamline the shopping experience. The goal was to make every interaction as smooth and personalized as possible. Amazon's obsession with customers extends to its review system. Most companies filter reviews to only show positive feedback, but Amazon took a different approach. By allowing honest reviews, even negative ones, the company built trust with customers. Bezos knew that transparency was more valuable than manipulating feedback. Customers appreciated the honesty, and it reinforced Amazon's reputation as a company that truly cared about their experience. Customer obsession also drove Amazon's expansion beyond retail. Amazon Web Services, AWS, was born out of a need to serve businesses better. Companies needed reliable cloud storage, so Amazon provided it. Kindle was created to make reading more accessible. Alexa was developed to simplify daily life. Every major innovation from Amazon stemmed from understanding what customers wanted, even before they realized they wanted it. Amazon's focus on customer satisfaction is so deeply embedded in its culture that employees are encouraged to make decisions based on what's best for the customer, not what's easiest for the company. This mindset has been key to Amazon's success. While other businesses focus on beating competitors, Amazon focuses on improving the customer experience. As a result, competitors struggle to keep up because Amazon is always one step ahead. Jeff Bezos proved that putting customers first is the ultimate business strategy. While many companies try to maximize profits quickly, Amazon focused on building trust, reliability, and convenience. This long-term thinking led to massive growth, market dominance, and an incredibly loyal customer base. The lesson here is clear. The most successful businesses aren't the ones that chase profits, but the ones that obsess over delivering the best experience for their customers. Jeff Bezos built Amazon into a trillion-dollar empire because he understood something most people don't: the power of long-term thinking. While most businesses and individuals chase quick wins and short-term profits, Bezos focused on the bigger picture. His philosophy was rooted in delayed gratification, making decisions that would benefit Amazon years down the line rather than seeking immediate gains. This approach required immense patience, discipline, and the ability to withstand pressure from investors, competitors, and critics. In the early years, Amazon wasn't profitable, and many doubted its survival. Yet Bezos remained committed to his vision, reinvesting revenue back into growth, expansion, and innovation rather than focusing on short-term earnings reports. Most companies focus on quarterly profits, shaping their strategies to meet the expectations of investors who want immediate returns. Bezos rejected this approach entirely. He understood that real wealth and market dominance don't come from short-term thinking. They come from sustained strategic investments that create long-term value. He was willing to take losses in the present to build something much bigger in the future. This philosophy was evident in how Amazon operated in its early years. While competitors tried to squeeze out profits as soon as possible, Bezos reinvested everything into improving logistics, expanding product lines, and creating better customer experiences. One of the best examples of this long-term approach is Amazon Web Services, AWS. In the early 2000s, Amazon invested heavily in cloud computing, a concept that wasn't widely understood at the time. While other companies ignored the potential of cloud services, Bezos saw an opportunity that could revolutionize the way businesses operated. He was willing to spend billions of dollars on infrastructure and research before AWS even became profitable. That patience paid off. Today, AWS generates tens of billions of dollars annually and is one of Amazon's most profitable divisions. It powers major companies, websites, and even government. If Bezos had focused on short-term profits, AWS would have never existed and Amazon wouldn't have the dominance it has today. Another key area where Bezos applied long-term thinking was Amazon Prime. When the subscription service launched, it seemed like a risky move. Offering unlimited free shipping for a flat fee meant that Amazon would lose money on many orders. But Bezos wasn't thinking about short-term losses. He was thinking about customer loyalty and lifetime value. He knew that once people became Prime members, they would buy more from Amazon over time, ultimately making the company far more profitable in the long run. The results were staggering. Prime became a massive success, leading to more frequent purchases, increased revenue, and a customer base that rarely shopped anywhere else. Amazon's relentless investment in infrastructure is another example. Rather than relying on third-party shipping services, Bezos built one of the most advanced logistics networks in the world. The company spent billions on warehouses, delivery centers, and even its own fleet of planes and trucks. This gave Amazon full control over its supply chain, allowing it to offer faster and cheaper shipping than competitors. At first, these investments seemed excessive, but today, Amazon's logistics network is one of its greatest competitive advantages. Bezos' long-term mindset extended beyond Amazon itself. His space exploration company, Blue Origin, is another demonstration of his belief in thinking decades ahead. Unlike companies that focus on short-term goals, Blue Origin is built with a vision of making space travel accessible for future generations. Bezos has repeatedly said that he's willing to invest billions of dollars over decades because the long-term potential is far greater than any immediate return. Long-term thinking requires courage because it often means going against popular opinion. Many investors, analysts, and even employees questioned Bezos' strategies. He was criticized for not focusing on short-term profits and for making investments that didn't seem immediately justifiable. But Bezos never wavered. He understood that market dominance and innovation take time. He accepted short-term sacrifices for long-term gain. This philosophy has shaped Amazon's culture as well. Employees are encouraged to think about the future, not just the next quarter. The company takes calculated risks, invests in emerging technologies, and continuously reinvents itself. Because of this, Amazon remains ahead of the competition. While other companies scramble to meet short-term goals, Amazon is already working on the next big thing. Bezos' approach serves as a lesson for anyone looking to build lasting success. Whether in business, investing, or personal growth, those who think long-term ultimately achieve more. While the world chases instant gratification, those who delay rewards, make strategic investments, and stay patient end up winning in the biggest way possible.